Good morning, everybody. We're going to call to order our regular meeting of the Mason County Commission for October 11th, 2022. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and ask Mark to lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Mark. Move on to our roll call. The clerk will please take roll.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Very good, thank you. Item number 4, correspondence and organizational business. Item 4.1, correspondence. If the clerk would please report.
The Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following: liquor license application notice for Tugs and Chugs and notice of liquor license discontinuation for Teriyaki Walk, Lake Cushman Cafe, and Hoodsport Hamburger and Deli. Advisory board applications were received from the following: Arthur Whitson for Mason County Clean Water District, Amanda Gonzalez for Housing and Behavioral Health, William Long for Parks and Trails Advisory Commission, and Blair Sherman for Transportation Improvement Program Citizens Advisory Panel. Bricklin and Newman LLP sent in a letter regarding land use code amendments. Anna Wood sent in a review of election systems to restore confidence petition. And Wendy Smith, Executive Director for the Port of Shelton, sent in the Port of Shelton tax levy for 2023.
Okay, very good, thank you. Item 4.2, request for proposals for completion of data for Squawson Island Tribe news release, read by Mark Neary.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a request for proposals for completion of data for Squawson Island Tribe. This request for proposals is for completion of data for the Squawson Island Tribe and Mason County Memorandum of Agreement, which seeks to collect data addressed within the MOA between Mason County and the Squawson Island Tribe. A successful bidder should have experience in water resource inventory areas, be well versed in GIS, data analysis, and presentation. Examples of work are requested. This project seeks to complete the data requests outlined in the MOA, specifically to finish work in sections 5.2.1 through 5.2.1.6, items 5.3.2 through 5.3.4, and 5.4 subsection A. The project should commence within 2 weeks of award of contract and be completed within 90 days unless otherwise specified. The entire MOA is available upon request to aid in the application process. For more information, contact David Wyndham at 360-427-9670, extension 260, or at dwyndham@masoncountywa.gov.
Very good, thank you, Mark. Next item is item 5, our open forum for citizen input. If there are any members of the public who would like to address the commission on items not on today's agenda in the room, please raise your hand. Chair will recognize you. Okay, seeing nothing in the room. Any members of the public on Zoom like to address the commission on items not on today's agenda, please virtually raise your hand or unmute yourself. Okay, seeing none on Zoom, we'll move on to item number 6, adoption of today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the agenda as written.
I will second.
Moving to seconded to adopt the agenda as written. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item number 7, approval of minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of the September 19th, 2022 and the September 26th, 2022 briefing minutes as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the September 19th and September 26th, 2022 briefing minutes as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The motion carries. Next up, we'll move on to item number 8, approval of today's action agenda. Commissioners will read through the items on today's action agenda, at which time a commissioner or member of the public may ask for an item to be removed for a separate discussion or vote. I will take items 8.1 through 4. Commissioner Trask, would you please take 8.5 through 8, and Commissioner Netherland, if you take 8.9 through 12. Item 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances. Claims Clearing Fund warrant number 8090684 through 8090958, the amount of $1,389,268.68. Direct Deposit Fund warrant numbers 90434 through 90821 in the amount of $799,367.48. Salary clearing fund warrant numbers 7006913 through 7006936, in the amount of $534,259.35. Treasurer electronic remittances in the amount of $195,077.47. Item 8.2, approval to appoint David Daly for a second term on the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission for a term that will expire November 30th, 2025. Item 8.3, approval of the resolution removing the Park Development Partnership Program from the Mason County Code. And item 8.4, approval for the Parks and Trails Manager to replace 4 mechanical pitching machines located at Mason County Recreation Area Park for the estimated cost of $23,450.
Item 8.5, approval to transition from Alert Sense to Code Red and fund the product cost for the first year in the amount of $15,862.15. Item 8.6, approval to place 1 Community Emergency Response Team CERT trailer at each of the following locations: Port of Shelton, North Mason Fire Authority, and Mason County Public Works. Items 8.7, approval for the extra help position in Human Resources for the imaging project. And item 8.8, approval of the resolution for County Roads Project 2043 Tunerville Bridge Improvement, Tunerville Bridge Replacement 2044, my goodness, North Fork Goldsboro Bridge Repair and 2045 Camilchi Point Road Improvement Project. Approval of the resolution replacing resolution number 2022-039 revising CRP 2041 Mason Lake Road Improvement Project number 2. Approval for the county engineer to request a request for qualifications as needed for consultant services for the projects and to enter into contracts, and approval for the county engineer and/or chair to sign all pertinent documents.
Mr. Chair, item number 8.9 reads approval of the private line occupancy permit granting permission for extending existing utilities under and across Grapeview Loop Road from 5540 Grapeview Loop Road to parcel number 12105-51-21006 and 12105-51-21001. Item number 8.10, approval for the county administrator to sign the order for a Ford Explorer Police Interceptor utility vehicle to replace vehicle number 73 through Enterprise for a total of 2023 budget impact of approximately $44,500. Item number 8.11, approval of the Hazard Mitigation Assistance Grant number D23-005, funding source agreement number FEMA-DR-4539-10-P, and the request for qualifications RFQ for consultant services. Item number 8.12, approval for the county administrator to sign the amended professional service agreement with Cabot Dow for an additional $20,000 for additional agreement negotiations.
Very good, thank you, Commissioners. Now that the Commission has read through the items on the action agenda for today, are there any items that a Commissioner would like to have removed for a separate discussion and vote?
Nope.
Okay. Are there any members of the public in the room that would like to have an item removed for a separate discussion and vote? Any members of the public on Zoom would like to have an item removed for a separate discussion and vote? Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion on today's action agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of the action agenda as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the action agenda as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, and the motion carries. Moving on to item number 9, it's other business. Any department heads or elected officials in the room that would like to address the commission? Okay, any members of the public on Zoom, or I'm sorry, any department heads or elected officials on Zoom that would like to address the commission? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item 10. There are no public hearings today, so we'll move on to item number 11, board calendar and reports, and start with Commissioner Trask, Commissioner Netherland, and then I'll finish up.
Great, thank you. Well, this afternoon, sorry, not this afternoon. Following this meeting, we have our employee appreciation. Also, at the same time, we have a homelessness task force meeting at the city, but I'll probably miss that one. This afternoon, helping Turning Point get ready for the Power of the Purse, which is this Saturday. Tonight is the City of Shelton Spotlight meeting. That's at the Civic Center, so If you'd like to come on down. Tomorrow we have a local emergency meeting. Also a weather update, which is important this time of year. Budget workshop, business after hours for the chamber. Chamber's having a luncheon on Thursday at Public Works. I have a Public Works Executive Committee meeting. There is a League of Women Voters Candidate Forum Thursday night. I'll be having a library tour with Cheryl Haywood. There's an HOA meeting at Shorecrest on Saturday. We'll be going to that. Like I said, Turning Point Power of the Purse, which will be so much fun. Also want to wish Commissioner Neville a birthday on Saturday. I have jury duty, by the way, for 2 weeks. We're having more budget discussions, county briefings, WASAC Virtual Assembly, Shelton Mason Chamber Candidate Forum Monday night, budget meetings on Tuesday, MTA meeting in Belfair at the Mason Transit Center, LTAC meeting, more budget workshops, board meeting for Turning Point, probably missed that one. The Republican Women's Group meeting is Wednesday night. Disaster Operation Workshop, State of the Community. Meeting for the Chamber, Public Works Board Executive Committee, WASAC Federal Issues meeting. A Shelton High School, my granddaughter's in soccer. So come on down and watch them, support them. They would love it. That's next Thursday. Turning Point is also having a work party on Saturday. So if you want to get your fingers dirty, come on down to Turning Point next Saturday and we'll let you get your fingers dirty. Then we're back on the 24th for county briefing, WASAC Virtual Assembly, Mason County GOP meeting, and then we're back for our commission meeting.
Okay, and I just realized I may not have gone that far, so give me 1 second here. Okay, well, just go ahead. We had our Board of Health meeting where we're all together. North Mason High School School District is still looking at and considering a balanced schedule, so I've been attending those meetings. I met with some of the members of the Port of Grapeview County Parks tour that we attended. We went and looked at the rest of our parks. We're so blessed to have such incredible parks here, and the most interesting thing is I'm sure that most of the people in our community don't know where most of these are. We have a total of, what was it, 31? Is that 31? 31 parks. How many of them have you ever seen? Just bringing that up for something to think about. They were absolutely amazing. I met with our HR staff, Left Board, Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization Executive Board briefings coming up here. We have our employee recognition after this. Mason Transit Authority Policy Committee meeting, Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority meeting, including another one with finance. Budget, we have several budgets meetings coming up in the next couple of weeks. I have a meeting with the Audit Committee briefings, a regular Mason Transit Authority meeting that brings us back and we start over again.
Okay, thank you, Commissioners. Going forward this week, also have the Employee Service Awards, and then MACECOM this afternoon, and then our budget workshops kick off tomorrow, which is exciting as we start to look ahead to 2023. Also have IT Steering Committee, EDC Board, be presenting at the Chamber State of the Community up at Public Works, and then I have a meeting with Under Sheriff Adams and Chief Hansen to talk about mental health services in the jail. Also then meeting with leadership at Community Lifeline. Following week, back in for briefings on our budget workshops in Mason Transit, as well as Hood Canal Coordinating Council, but I also think budget workshops. 'Tis the season, I guess. And then back for our briefings on the 24th, and my bi-weekly check-in with leadership at the Thurston Mason BHASO and Olympic Health and Recovery Services. Commissioners, any other items to come before us?
Now, Mr. Chair, I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, and the motion carries. Have a good day, everybody.
Do you have a few minutes?
Sure.